Hello, beautiful listener. Welcome to Listen and Learn, your place to grow, improve, and gain knowledge every day. Today, I'm going to share an inspiring story about someone who started learning English late in life. This story is educational, motivational, and a guide to anyone who thinks it's too late to begin learning. Learning a new language can feel impossible, especially when we are older than typical students or when life responsibilities dominate our time. Many people believe that age is a barrier to learning. They think, I missed the chance to learn English when I was young, so it's too late now. But this is a misconception. Learning is a lifelong process, and the human brain is capable of growth at any age. Our protagonist, let's call him Raheem, was in his mid-30s when he decided to learn English. He had a busy schedule, full-time work, family responsibilities, and little free time. Despite all of this, he made a decision that would transform his life. He would commit to learning English step by step every day. Raheem's story teaches us one fundamental educational principle. Learning is about consistent effort, not age. It's not about instant perfection. It's about creating habits that lead to long-term success. Raheem started small. He wrote down 5 new English words each day. He practiced pronouncing them aloud. He repeated simple sentences in front of the mirror. At first, it felt awkward and unnatural, but repetition builds confidence and fluency over time. One of the key lessons from Raheem's journey is the importance of active listening. He listened to English podcasts, educational videos, and conversations in English daily. Active listening helps learners understand pronunciation, sentence structure, and natural speech patterns. By exposing himself to English content regularly, Raheem began to internalize the language subconsciously. In addition, he maintained a dedicated learning journal. Every new word, idiom, or phrase was recorded along with example sentences. Writing strengthens memory and creates a reference for future review. Educational research shows that combining writing, listening, and speaking accelerates language acquisition, especially for adult learners. Overcoming challenges. Learning a language late in life is never easy. Raheem faced numerous obstacles. At work, he sometimes needed to communicate with English-speaking clients. At first, he struggled to express even basic ideas. His pronunciation was weak, and constructing sentences felt daunting. The fear of making mistakes was overwhelming. This fear is common among late learners. Many adults hesitate to speak because they fear embarrassment. But Raheem understood a critical educational truth. Mistakes are an essential part of learning. Every error is feedback. Every mispronunciation is an opportunity to improve. He changed his mindset from I can't to I can learn. Time management was another challenge. Raheem only had 30 to 45 minutes a day to dedicate to English. He learned to prioritize quality over quantity. Instead of trying to study for hours sporadically, he created a daily schedule. Short, focused sessions every morning and evening. Research shows that shorter, consistent practice sessions are more effective than long, irregular ones. Motivation was another key factor. To stay motivated, Raheem set small, achievable goals, learning 10 new words a week, speaking one full sentence correctly, or understanding a short video without subtitles. These milestones provided measurable progress, reinforcing his confidence. He also incorporated English into his daily life, labeling objects at home in English, narrating his daily activities, and thinking in English helped bridge the gap between theory and practice. Immersing oneself in the language, even partially, enhances retention and fluency. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Also, subscribe to our Listen and Learn community to keep improving your English every day. 1. Listening skills. He understood early that listening is the foundation of language learning. Without listening, he couldn't correctly imitate pronunciation, understand sentence structure, or recognize new vocabulary in context. He followed these strategies. Active listening. Focused completely on English audio, noting new words and phrases. Repeated listening. Listen to the same short podcast or video multiple times until he could understand the entire conversation. Shadowing. Repeated words and sentences aloud immediately after hearing them, mimicking intonation and speed. Within months, he could understand natural English speech, even at fast pace, and could distinguish similar-sounding words. 2. Speaking skills. Speaking was challenging at first, but he used a step-by-step approach. Start simple. Short sentences and daily expressions like, I am going to the store, or I enjoy reading books. Self-practice. Speaking in front of a mirror built confidence. Recording. Recorded himself reading short paragraphs and listened critically to improve practice partner. Conversing with friends or colleagues helped simulate real conversations. Consistent practice allowed him to speak clearly and confidently. 3. Reading skills. Reading expanded his vocabulary and grammar understanding. Graded readers. Started with simple books and moved to intermediate texts. Vocabulary notebook. Recorded new words with meaning and example sentences. Context learning. Learned words in sentences for natural usage. Daily habit. 20 to 30 minutes daily reading improved comprehension. Reading improved writing, listening, and speaking simultaneously. 4. Writing skills. Writing reinforced learning. Daily journal. Wrote about his day using new vocabulary and grammar. Sentence construction. Practice creating complex sentences. Error correction. Reviewed his mistakes and learned from them. Essay practice. Attempted short essays to enhance formal writing. His writing became clear, precise, and effective. Integration of skills. He practiced skills together. Reading aloud to pronunciation. Listening while writing to spelling and sentence structure. Speaking while reading to fluency and confidence. Integrated practice accelerates learning. Motivational insight. This story shows that late learners can master English if they set achievable daily goals, practice consistently, embrace mistakes as learning opportunities, integrate listening, speaking, reading, and writing, stay patient and persistent. 1. The turning point. After months of consistent practice, small daily efforts began to show results. He noticed that conversations with colleagues became easier. Listening to English podcasts felt natural, and reading comprehension improved significantly. The turning point came when he had to present a project in English at work. At first, anxiety overwhelmed him. He thought, what if I make mistakes? What if people don't understand me? But he remembered all his preparation, the words he had learned, the sentences he had practiced, and the listening exercises he had repeated hundreds of times. He took a deep breath, walked confidently into the room, and delivered his presentation. It was not perfect. Some words were pronounced incorrectly, and some sentences were slightly off. But he communicated his ideas clearly, and most importantly, he spoke with confidence. This moment was transformative. Confidence comes from preparation, practice, and persistence. Educationally, this shows that language learning is not about perfection. It's about being able to communicate effectively. 2. Educational lessons from his success. Lesson 1. Small, consistent actions lead to big results. He practiced English for 30 to 45 minutes every day. This consistent effort compounded over months into noticeable improvement. Educational research confirms that daily habits in learning outperform occasional intensive study. Lesson 2. Mistakes are essential. Mistakes are not failures. Every mispronounced word or grammatical error provided feedback, allowing him to improve faster than those who avoided speaking. Lesson 3. Integrating all skills is critical. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing were not practiced separately. They reinforced each other. Writing improved vocabulary retention, reading improved grammar, speaking improved fluency, and listening improved comprehension. Lesson 4. Mindset matters. He maintained a growth mindset, believing that he could improve through effort. A fixed mindset, believing I'm too old to learn, would have blocked progress. Educational psychology shows that mindset is one of the strongest predictors of success in adult learning. 3. Applying techniques to your own learning. Here are step-by-step techniques any learner can adopt. Set realistic goals. Daily, weekly, and monthly goals help track progress. Practice speaking daily. Even speaking to yourself counts. Mirror practice is highly effective. Active listening. Listen to short videos, podcasts, or conversations and repeat sentences aloud. Read daily. Start simple, gradually move to intermediate materials. Use a vocabulary notebook. Write daily. Journaling, sentence building, and essay writing reinforce learning. Record and review. Recording yourself helps identify pronunciation and grammatical mistakes. Embrace mistakes. Every error is an opportunity to improve. Consistency over duration. 30 minutes daily is better than 3 hours once a week. By following these strategies, you can achieve fluency even if you start late. 5. Transformation, the new learner. After 1 year of consistent practice, the learner experienced a full transformation. He could speak confidently in meetings. He could understand movies, podcasts, and news without subtitles. He could write emails, reports, and essays effectively. Most importantly, he had developed a lifelong learning habit. This transformation is the result of applying educational principles consistently, deliberate practice, and a growth mindset. 5. Motivational insight for every learner. Learning English late is not a limitation, it's an opportunity. You bring experience, focus, and determination that younger learners may not have. Remember, learning is a journey, not a destination. Consistency beats intensity. Confidence comes from practice.